Hello, my name is Tom Wyatt. I'm with SafetyNet. We are putting together a series of videos showcasing the features of Microsoft Teams. So with so many of us working from home right now, we wanted to take the opportunity to show you some of the powerful tools within this application. In the first video, we talked about how to connect and collaborate remotely with Teams. We demonstrated the chat tool. We showed you how to set up teams within Teams, as well as channels, and we gave you a quick overview of the activities within Teams. So in this video, we want to touch on calendars and how to schedule a Teams meeting, as well as schedule that meeting through the Outlook app. Then we'll spend a bulk of time on a very useful feature for the remote worker, and that would be making calls from the Teams application. So first off, I'll bring in Carrie Grant. She's going to walk us through calendars and setting up meetings. Then we'll pivot over to Brian Shearhart, and he will discuss Teams phones. Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Tom. Thank you. So as Tom mentioned, the Teams application is a component of O365, and it's really designed to be a collaboration tool for your organization. So it's like having multiple applications all rolled into one. And what we're going to cover today is how to access Microsoft Teams. We're going to look at the calendar and meetings feature, and we're going to look at calls and the built-in phone system within Teams. So let's start with how to access it. The most frequent way of accessing Teams is through the desktop app. So if you click on your start within Windows or your search within your Mac and you type the word Teams, you should have Microsoft Teams pull up as an application. If it's not there, then you can reach out to your IT team to assist with getting that installed. Another way to access it is through the Office 365 website. So if you log into the O365 site, you should see Teams listed as an application for you to select, and you can do all of the Teams functions within the web browser. And then the third way, which is what allows you to be mobile and collaborate with your team from anywhere, is the Teams application for your phone, which is another really handy way of accessing and keeping in communication. So that's how you access it. Now let's look at the calendar feature. Here along the left, you can see we have chat, we have Teams, and activity. Those are the three features that we touched on in our first video. So today we're going to focus on calendar and calls. So on the calendar side, we have the ability to see all of the appointments that I have on my calendar right at this time. Over here on the right, we can see this by work week. We can also see it by day to see just today. And you can see it's kind of filtering to only show me from about right now to the end of the day. We can also look at it as the full week, which encompasses the weekend. I'm going to go ahead and change this back to my work week. Over here on the left, you can see I'm looking at today. It's a quick way of going to that, but I can also scroll through and I can choose different weeks or different months along the top. So this calendar here is always in sync with my Outlook calendar. So here is my Outlook calendar that I have color-coded, but with the exception of the color coding, looks exactly like my Teams calendar. So we have a couple of options here along the right. We can do Meet Now. If I click on Meet Now, it's going to start a Teams meeting that I can invite other people to. So I click on this, you can see I can put a title in here, and then I can say Join Now, and then I can add other people to this meeting. The other option is to schedule a new meeting, which is what we usually do. So if I click on New Meeting here, it brings up a screen for me to put in the meeting details, just like you're used to using in Outlook. So let's say I put in a meeting called Teams Video collab. And I want this to start at 3 p.m. and go to 3:30 today. It doesn't repeat. I don't need to put in a location, but you can. You can type in a location here, and here are the meeting details to type in. And again, you can use different fonts and things in here, just like you would if you were creating a meeting within Outlook. One of the really nice features of Teams is the scheduling assistant here at the top. So once you have the settings in here, how you want them, you go to Scheduling Assistant, and you can start adding required or optional attendees. So we have Tom and Brian on this video with us. So let's go ahead and add Tom here. And then I'm going to add Brian. So I can see here, 3 o'clock to 3:30 is obviously not going to work for the three of us because all three of us are showing as unavailable at that time. And because I generally work from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., it's cutting off at 4 p.m. by default, which is a really nice feature in here. If I uncheck this, it gives me the ability to schedule beyond that. So if we wanted to, we could schedule into the evening. But I'll go ahead and turn this back on. And I want to look for the first available opportunity for the three of us to have a half-hour meeting together, which looks like it's going to be at 11:30 tomorrow morning. So I can just take this and move it right over to 11:30, and it shows all three of us are available. And again, I can adjust those details from right up here as well. And then I'll go ahead and say send. And if I go to, I now have that on my calendar for tomorrow, right here at 11:30. Now, if I go to my Outlook calendar, that pops in right there, Teams Video Collab. And if I look at Tom and Brian's calendars, it would be popping in there as well for them to accept that meeting invitation. Another way of creating those meeting invites is still from Outlook. So let's say I wanted to do a new appointment here. Just like you're accustomed to doing in Outlook, you can say Teams meeting and invite attendees. I want Tom, I want Brian invited. And you can see here, it gives us some suggested times. It's not quite as user-friendly though as the Teams scheduling assistant. We can do scheduling up here. That's a little more user-friendly. But the nice thing here is once you have your Teams integrated, right up here at the top, there's a button that says Teams meeting. So when I have this set and I know when I want this to happen, I click on Teams meeting, and it automatically adds the information and a link here for us to be able to join the meeting at that time. So let's go ahead and pop this one in at another time. I'm going to go ahead and fill up our calendars for tomorrow. So you can see this one isn't nearly as friendly to be able to like move things around. You have to do a little finagling there, but there, we've got a time that it looks like works for all of us. So I'll go ahead and send this. So that is tomorrow at 12:30. Tomorrow at 12:30, we've got this one here. So now if I go back to Teams, tomorrow at 12:30, you should see that Teams meeting pop into here. There it is right there. So now we have both of those showing up, two different ways to schedule a new meeting, either within Teams or within Outlook.
And Carrie, that gives us the ability to connect with you via phone call or video chat, correct?
It does, yes. That was a great question, Tom. If I go back into this meeting that I scheduled for us for 11:30 tomorrow, there's a join option here. So when the time comes, you actually get this as a pop-up reminder that you have a meeting coming up. And when I go to join, Here I have the option. It automatically is turning my camera on, but I can turn this off and then say join now, and it would be just a call with no video. So then the final feature within the calendar of Teams that I wanted to show is this live event. This is a feature that gives you the ability to have an event that others can participate in without needing to actually be part of Teams. So it would be really great for doing events within your organization where, let's say you have a larger organization and you want to show a video without everybody being part of the camera and the audio. So live events are really more like webinar type things where you can add people, you can add presenters, have multiple presenters, but the majority of the people who connect to that live event are going to be attendees who can call in and participate, but only through the Q&A. So it's really designed to be a presentation tool versus a meeting type tool. So for live events, you can define the permissions like a producer or a presenter or an attendee. So those are the features of the calendar. And next we will look at calls. And for that, I'm going to transition this over to Brian.
Okay, thank you, Carrie. So yes, calling within Microsoft Teams phone system is really easy, and it's really intuitive with what you're wanting to do in your normal workday. So let's say, for example, you happen to be in a chat and you want to call somebody. Hey, I'm having this conversation with Carrie. I need to talk about something that we're discussing here. And so I can reach up to the right here to your audio call, or if I want to see your face, I can video call, and we can have a conversation. And if I'm looking at something that she's not quite understanding, then I can always share my screen to show her what I'm looking at. And that's a really helpful tool that we use all the time. But to actually make regular phone calls, if you go down to the calls tab here, there will be a few different options, several different options. If you click on your contacts tab here, you will see all of your contacts, and it's going to be a mix between what is in your global address book that you would see in Outlook for your company, as well as any additional contacts you may have added along the way. And over here, you will see the options for audio calls or video calls. Generally, if they're in your company, you're going to be able to have all of these features here available. And your other contacts will generally just have the audio option. And so it's just a matter of clicking the right icon in order to place the appropriate call, either audio or video. So all of your contacts are here, or you can set up your speed dial to meet the people, to be able to reach the people that you reach out to on a regular basis or that you're talking to all the time. So you click on speed dial, you see all of those people within that speed dial section and all of the options to be able to call the contact, either audio or video. Sometimes you talk to somebody who called you, they're not in your contacts, you've never called them before, and so you go to your history, you're going to see your entire history of incoming and outgoing phone calls. So if I were to see this number here that was a person I talked to recently and I need to call them back, all I have to do is just double click that phone number. I know it's the right person, and it will dial them automatically via audio call, as well as any internal user that we might be looking at on here. So that's an option as well. So in addition to these features of being able to dial directly from these tabs here, you also do have this built-in dial pad in which you can tap the numbers here. You can use your keyboard on your computer to type the phone number, area code and phone number, or from an email or a website, you can select the phone number and copy and paste it into the dial pad. So another easy way to make a phone call is to go right up to the command line, hit /call, enter, and then you can search for the person within your organization you might want to reach out to. So if I were to look up Carrie's name, I would see that here, and all I have to do is either double click it or hit enter, and it will dial her. Now I'm not going to make her answer because she's on this meeting, and so she won't be answering the phone, but I wanted to show you how easy it was to make that call. So those are all the ways to make a call. Let's see what it's like to receive a call. So I will ask Carrie to please call me. And you will notice that when you get an incoming call, you're going to see this pop up to let you know that it's happening. And if you happen to have Teams on your cell phone, you'll see it coming on your cell phone as well. And you can answer it either place. It's convenient to have it come into both phones, so that both your desk phone and your cell phone, so that you can answer it no matter what the situation is you're in. You might not be at your desk right away. You might have stepped outside. You might be taking the dog for a walk. You have this work from home atmosphere. You just don't know what's going on. So to be able to catch every call that might be important, whether it's at your desk or on your cell phone, is really helpful.
Hey, that's a really cool feature, Brian. I've had some clients where it's been really hard to get a hold of them. Maybe I don't have their cell number, and you know, this is a real live example. They've given me a call back. I've been out of the office. It rings to my cell phone. I can identify it as a Teams call, so I know it's probably a client. Pick it up from there. It's real convenient.
Yeah, that's a very good point, because on a mobile device, it will identify whether it's a Teams call, or it'll look like your normal cell phone operating system ringing into you. So it's good to be able to identify if it's a work call or maybe a personal call. The cool thing, so there are some cool features that go with the phone system, and one that I'm thinking of right now that might be applicable to your situation is if you happen to be away from your desk. You're out getting a snack or something like that, and you have your cell phone with you, and a client might be calling, and you see it ringing on your mobile device, and you answer it. Well, they're asking you questions about stuff that you don't have all the details to right here on your cell phone, but you'd like to be able to just put them on hold, get back to your desk, get to the exact information you want to give them without having them hear you walking through the house, hearing the dog bark. You want to get into your situation. So you can place a call on Park, and once you do that, it just puts the person on hold until you get back to your desk. And then in your Teams application on your desktop, you'd have the option to pick up the call off of the line, and then you have all the information right in front of you. So it's a nice flexible feature of Microsoft Teams. So
yeah, cool stuff.
And I don't know if you noticed it, but when I called you, the pop-up that you received gave you the option of either answering it with video or just audio.
Yes, that's true, and that is a good feature. And in this age of currently not being able to be face to face with people, I know we're using video calling a lot more than we did when we were all in the same office. So it's definitely a way to using the video call feature is a definite way to stay connected with the people you work with and are supporting. So.
Yeah.
So other features related to Microsoft Teams phones that are important to pretty much everybody are voicemail. That's like one of the main one is voicemail. And it's really helpful to know that if you're away from your desk or you don't have maybe the Teams application on your phone and you've missed a call, you will get a voicemail, and you have your voicemail tab right here. And it's cool because you can see that you have voicemails from all of these people, and then when you select it, you can play the voicemail, the audio from the voicemail, or Microsoft will transcribe your voicemail right here. So you might have a very long voicemail, 1 minute and 12 seconds, and you don't have 1 minute and 12 seconds you want to spend listening to, most of what you don't necessarily need, but you can actually look at the text, skim, maybe then determine if it's something you really do need to listen to, or at least get an idea what the voicemail is about, and you can easily judge the importance of it. But it's nice to be able to have the option to get the audio recording as well as the dictated part of the voicemail to skim through. So you have this voicemail, but you also get an accompanying email that also has the transcription of the audio call as well as an MP3 file of the actual voicemail. There may be a reason you need to retain the voicemail for whatever reason, and so you have the option, you have many options in which you can do that. And so the other reason that this is really a cool feature is because if you happen to not have the Teams application on your phone, but you have your email connected to it, you might be away from your desk and you'll get an email that pops up that says you received a Teams phone call, they've left a voicemail, and you have the transcription and the audio recording of that voicemail. So it'll be good for you to be able to know whether it's an important call that you need to attend to right away. So that is really helpful. And then there are a few of the other features are pretty standard with phone systems. You know, you can place calls on hold, you can forward calls to other people, and then it's easy to turn a phone call into a conference call. If you happen to be on the phone with somebody, there will be a little icon in the phone conversation where you can actually add a person, and the screen will pop up and give you the option to either type in a phone number or search for the other employee that you want to add to the conversation, and it becomes a very quick conference call, which can then turn also into a video conference should you choose that it needs to be.
We use the conferencing feature constantly for just transferring a call to another technician, for example. We often will conference in that other technician and then hang up after that other person has picked up, which is a really nice ability to do a soft transfer instead of just transferring and not knowing where the call goes.
Exactly. So pretty much Teams phone system has pretty much any feature you would expect out of a standard on-premise PBX phone system, except you can use it anywhere. So it's really helpful to have this full set of features available. So the next main functionality of Microsoft Teams phones that you may be wondering about for your business is how will calls get to my business and how will I know that they're being routed properly? Microsoft Teams has a fully functional auto attendant and call queue system that can work for your company quite easily in terms of basically setting up so that when people call your company, you can either press or say 1 for support, press 1 or say 2 for sales, or whatever the case may be. It can be fully customizable to your specific situation. Once a caller does press the appropriate number for the appropriate department, then call queues are set up. And so here's on Microsoft Teams Admin Center, where all of the functionality is basically configured here. We can set up different auto attendants for different reasons, but you'll have a primary auto attendant that you'll work with. And then when people call your specific departments, when they call in, they will reach out to different call queues. So for example, we have a number of different call queues for our different departments. And so when somebody calls and presses 2 for support for us, we have a first line of support where a number of people are there to answer. But if they're all on phone calls, after a short amount of time, we want them to escalate to another level, another group of people. And so we have different call queues, and eventually it will get to a point where you might decide to either have them start the queues over again, or it can go to a voicemail box. And going back to the voicemail functionality, it's nice because you know that somebody has called in, they've gone through your call queue, they haven't been able to receive the attention that they need, but they're able to leave a voicemail, and then that voicemail is then distributed and can be distributed to whoever you need to see that someone has called and is requiring possibly immediate attention. So the auto attendants and call queues work pretty well, but then the entire system is set so that you can customize it to your likings in terms of holidays. You can set up any number of holidays that you like, maybe specific meetings that happen on a regular basis, and then you can set specific recordings for those holidays or for those events so that the people who call know that you're out of the office for the holidays or for an entire staff meeting or for whatever the case may be. But these are recurring events that can stay in as long as you need them. So for example, Christmas is always on December 25th. So that greeting and that date doesn't necessarily need to change, but as they do, it's easy to come in here and customize them as the dates might change. And let's see. And then there are different types of policies. So in Teams, everybody gets a phone number that is available for them to give out if they choose to, or You can set a caller ID policy, for example, where it masks your business phone over their phone so that when one of your callers calls out to other people, they'll see your main number, not their individual phone number. So that's just an example of a way that it can be customized. But it's a very robust system that works for pretty much any business situation, and it can work with any number of different departments or any different ways that you want to do it. It's a very easy to work with system.
Cool stuff, Brian. So if you're a business and you have an older phone system, it looks like you can easily duplicate what they're currently doing. And certainly there's a lot of features to improve the caller experience.
Well, that's exactly right, Tom. And you know, to be able to have this system available to you to where it not only reaches out to you at your desk, but you know, wherever you're at, it's a really useful. Microsoft Teams phones is a really useful system for, you know, just about any business environment.
So Brian, as far as the hardware, then you can eliminate a lot of your desk phones if you're transitioning to Teams and move to the soft phone feature that you demonstrated earlier. Could you get into that a little bit more?
Yeah, absolutely. So the very cool thing about Microsoft Teams is it's at your fingertips. You're already working at your computer. Why not have your phone at your computer as well? And so to have all of these features available, you know, all from, you know, just everything that you're doing and interacting with your coworkers and your customers and everything on a regular basis, you know, using the desktop application here on your computer or the app on your smartphone, they're very user friendly and they get you everything you need at a moment's notice. And so there are actual desk phones available should someone choose to use it. Basically, it has a desk phone does have a Teams application. If it's Microsoft certified, it has the Teams application built into it. You log into it with your email address and your password, and you're on a Teams phone. The one thing about the desk phones is it doesn't have the video conference options, and you're missing a few of the features that you have and a bit of the convenience you have with the desktop application. And it doesn't take up space on your home desk and your desk in your home office. So so using the applications either at your computer or on your mobile device really is essential in terms of the whole work from home environment that we have. So it does eliminate a lot of the hardware. However, when you're on your computer, it'd be good to have a headset. You want to be able to listen to your phone calls. You want to be able to hear everything clearly. You want to be able to focus on the call. And there are many options for headsets, over the head, over the ear. I use the earbud ones. It just depends on what your personal preference is. They do come Microsoft Teams. There are some specific ones that are certified for Microsoft Teams. If they aren't certified, they may or may not work well, but by having the ones that are certified, they interact with the application the best in terms of being able to press certain buttons to be able to hang up a call or answer a call. It's very helpful to have a device in your ears or over your head that will work well with the application that you're using. And it's nice because you might be playing some music in the background while you're working. If the phone rings, it'll actually stop the music and you can pick up the call. So it's a convenient feature as well. And so, yeah, that basically, and then actually one other thing I wanted to mention was on the smartphones, there really is no equipment to buy. I find that the standard earbuds that came with my iPhone work fine. And it works perfectly on any Teams call situation on the mobile device. So really hardware is reduced, desk space is reduced, and the convenience is improved. So
certainly your IT provider can assist you with the certified hardware and help you through that, finding the right product for your phone needs.
Exactly. Yeah, Microsoft provides a lot of information in terms of what vendors and what devices are considered certified.
Okay, thank you, Brian. That was a lot of great information. Thank you, Carrie. We've covered a lot here. There's still a lot more to cover. If you really want to get the most out of Teams, you'll want to watch our next video where we demonstrate incorporating files and documents into the Teams application. This will really heighten the ability of your team to collaborate and be more productive. So again, you can check this video out as well as other content. Just go to our blog. You can go to safetynet-inc.com/remote work and see more content there. Thanks a lot.